Hey, I'm Brandon, and today we're taking a closer look at the LS2 Valiant II helmet available at RevZilla.com. So the Valiant II, this is the second iteration of this helmet. Over here on my left-hand side, we have the original Valiant. I did want to mention that this is sticking around, but they did make some key updates and nice improvements with the Valiant II. They improved the overall airflow, it's a bit more lightweight, and it's a bit more low profile with the overall shell design and the hinge mechanism on the side. Now this is a modular helmet, so the chin bar actually lifts open like so. Throw that shield down, you can see you've got an internal sun visor, but this is going to give you a lot of versatility. But a lot of good improvements here. It's DOT certified, you've got that ECE rating here, 3 pounds 15 ounces in a size medium. That's actually 3 ounces lighter than the previous generation over here. It's utilizing a KPA shell design, and it has 2 shell sizes within this helmet. Now keep in mind, this helmet will ship to you for free, and as always, we do have our price match policy in place, which of course will guarantee you the lowest price available. This is going to be a big improvement from the previous generation. The noise level is another thing I wanted to point out, and part of that is because of how encompassing this is. It has a neutral oval internal shape, but this is more filled, if you will. They gave about, a few centimeters extra on the side of the cheek pads. You've got this chin skirt incorporated, so it is more enclosing, which is going to help reduce the wind noise. But again, neutral oval internal shape. It's not quite an intermediate oval, it's not super round, it's kind of right there in that happy medium. Now starting at the front, you can see that we have some air intakes here at the front of the chin bar. We've got some vents here, active vents, at the top of the forehead, and then we've got exhaust vents at the rear as well. You can see all that incorporated. It's a bit more streamlined. They gave you more ventilation with the second iteration. And the other thing I wanted to point out about the overall shell design is if you take a look on the side, this has a little bit more bulk to it on the side on the previous generation as opposed to this one. So it's a little bit more streamlined, and again, that's going to help contribute to the overall, low profile design and keeping the noise levels down. Now the tab here is right at the top of the shield. When I rode around in this helmet, that was one of those things I had to really get used to with the face shield, but that is designed on purpose. If they had it down here, you can see as you open this helmet up, if you had that, it would actually probably hit right there on that chin bar as you're opening and closing the chin bar. So that's why that tab here is right there at the top. Takes a little getting used to, but once you do it a few times, no big deal. Now the internal sun visor mechanism is going to be here on the left-hand side, so you can maintain your throttle while you're manipulating that. Nice to have that, so you don't have to carry around an additional shield. And I also wanted to point out that you do have a pinlock-ready shield with this particular helmet. The other thing I really like is this trigger system. It's really easy to remove the shield on the Valiant II as opposed to the previous generation, which actually required a tool to remove it. So definitely a big improvement there. Now working our way to the interior, you've got a ratcheting chin strap, very easy to open and close, and you have a moisture wicking liner system in here. Fully removable, you can take everything out of here, wash it up, throw it back in place, and just keep the liner nice and fresh. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy up because it just makes it a little bit easier to remove that liner system. So starting with the cheek pads here, you can see they've got a nice contour to them. This is something that's going to break in really nicely with your facial features with regular use and time. So make sure that your helmet is fitting you nice and snug right out of the box. Definitely something to note. Get this other cheek pad out of here. Take a quick look at that. And then the liner system. One big improvement that they made about the liner is it's got, you can see here, just below the liner, I should say, is the actual channels, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. No pressure points right here at the brow, which is nice. It's going to be very comfortable to wear, but I like the improvements that they made to the overall channels on the interior here. So that's going to help with some additional airflow. And you've got these recessed areas for the cheek pads. This is actually set up to accept their Ride Pal system if you wish to utilize that. If you have your own proprietary system, you can still make that work on the inside of this helmet. But this is going to be a great option, for anyone looking for a modular helmet, but you can definitely wear this in that 3/4 open position if you wish to do so. You have an internal sun visor, which is really nice, giving you some added versatility there. Definitely worth checking out, especially with the improvements that they've made compared to the previous generation. Now, if you're looking for more details, click the info button on your desktop or your mobile device. That's going to take you over to RevZilla.com, where you can read other rider reviews. And as always, if you have any additional questions for us, don't hesitate to reach out to our gear geeks geeks. They're all riders and happy to help you out, get you pointed in the right direction. Give them a call at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot over an email cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with us, taking a closer look at the LS2 Valiant II helmet. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.